Hey guys, Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. So today, Ubisoft announced the release date of Operation Steel Wave. It is coming out June 16th, so that'll be the Tuesday. Now if you want exact times, I'll have them on my Twitter, and I'll also be having patch sizes as well as soon as those stuff is announced. The update to the test server from the old one to the new one was only 8 gig, so we could be looking at a patch around about 10 gig for the live servers, which would be pretty damn good if it's the case. Of course, last season it was a huge update because they were reorganized and everything, so that future patches would be smaller, and certainly seems to be the case with this season. Now, of course, the new season comes with 2 new operators, Ace and Melusi, and of course, Ace is a hard breacher, and Melusi is kind of a little bit of everything. But her gadget is all about slowing down the enemy attackers. Her loadout has changed a little bit from the original reveal. The weapons are all the same, but for secondary gadgets, she got a nitro cell. So she has nitro cells and impact grenades as her options. Now the other thing we're getting with Steel Wave is the rework of House. Now unlike the rework of Hereford, which actually left old Hereford in the situations, so you could replay it, the new house has replaced the old house completely. You cannot play it in situations or terrorist hunt or custom games or multiplayer. It's all the brand new house. The other house is completely gone. So if you want to get some memories, you want to do it before the patch comes out. Just take one last look at the old house map. Now actually talking about the new house map, if you haven't already heard, it's a casual only rework, which means it will only be in the casual playlist. It will not be in ranked or unranked. Although I have seen a lot of people asking for it to potentially get added to ranked in the future, so maybe if people like it enough, perhaps it will. Anyway, let's talk about the more exciting stuff. So of course we do have 2 new operators, we have a reworked map, and those are big things, and of course a lot of people are excited about the new operators and stuff like that, but there's also some big changes that are coming that are going to be game changing, I think. And the biggest one is probably going to be the changes to Marui. So her grappling hook will no longer destroy the barricade. Instead, it's her body as she hits the window. So that wooden barricade will not get destroyed until she is entering the room. So as a defender, that's going to be scary. And as an Marui main, you're going to have so much fun with this change. Like, there's already some Marui players out there who are really good with her. And suddenly she's going to be just kicking major butt with her new improved grappling hook. Another game changer is the proximity alarm. Now this is it feels like a pretty underwhelming gadget when you first use it, but I think it's going to be used really well by some players and it's going to become very, very powerful. So overall, this gadget is just going to change the game up a little bit, and it's going to be interesting to see how it develops when people actually start using it and come up with tactics for it. Then we've got the new global rank. So of course, as usual, your rank gets reset at the end of the season, although you do gain and lose some of the points depending on where you ended up in the previous rank. But we're now getting a global rank, which means if you play on the European servers one day and then you go play on the American servers the other day, you will have exactly the same rank if you're playing rank on those different servers. So it's going to help, I think, overall to have a global rank, but we'll see if it makes a massive difference to your user experience out there. Now, new season also means new elite, so we're going to get an Echo Elite. This won't launch at the start of the new season. It'll probably take maybe a week to come out, but it'll be out pretty damn soon after the season launches. And then we've got a range of small and big balancing changes coming to operators. So classes SMG, it's getting a change, so it's going to have exactly the same sight, so it's the same housing for the sight, but the red dot is getting swapped out for a green reflex triangle. So it's exactly the same sight. Like, it looks exactly the same, it's just the actual dot in the middle has changed to that green triangle. We've also got a nerf to Echo, so they've removed the camera shake from Yokai's concussion effects. They've also made it so it doesn't last longer if you're actually moving, and they've also replaced his deployable shield with impact grenades. Finka's getting a pretty significant buff, but we'll have to see how this one actually plays out for her, but she can actually bring players from down but not out with 50 HP. Now that's with 30 from the revive, which will stay with that player, and then 20 from the boost, which will eventually go away, but still, that's a significant amount of health to come back with. And of course, you can do that from the other side of the map, so really, really good. Now, Kaid is getting the French Magnum as an extra secondary. Then Kali is getting herself Classes SMG as another secondary option, losing her pistol for it. She's also getting her LV explosive. It's going to go off far quicker now, and also she's getting improved recoil with a sniper. So major improvements for Kali, and I think this is going to change her up quite a chunk. But we'll see how it goes, because of course snipers are just not doing well in Siege at all. But this, may make her more viable. And Nomad is getting Capital's pistol. Now this is the same kind of change with Nomad and Kaid here. They're getting new secondary options on top of what they already have. And this is because you don't have to pick an ACOG secondary now. You can have something without an ACOG. And of course, I think the reason they did that is they could take the ACOG off the other gun, but then they probably have to change the recoil because it might be really good without the ACOG perhaps. So they have gone and added those secondaries in. And then Oryx is also getting a little bit of love from the developers here. So he's going to take less damage when going through walls. So it's going from 10 to 5. And he's losing his bulletproof camera and getting proximity alarms. So the proximity alarms is going to be really good in this character. And I can imagine a lot of people just making up really good videos where they're putting a proximity alarm out, waiting behind a wall, and then charging through as soon as it goes off. So yeah, interested to see how that'll play out for him. And he's getting an angle grip on his MP5 to give it a little bit of a buff because it is a pretty weak weapon when you don't have an ACOG on it, which he doesn't. So this is giving him a little bit quicker aiming, but we'll see how that makes any improvement to him. And then Ella and Zofia are getting a nerf where looking around with the effect would be normally slower with mouse or controller. That has been taken away, so you'll be able to look around just as quickly as normal with the effect on you, which is going to be really handy and a major nerf to both these operators. And then for Ying, we're getting a little nerf which is already on PC. It has been for 7 weeks, so this is finally coming to consoles where she's going from 4 candelas to 3. There's also some stuff they tweaked during the test server, and probably one of the biggest ones for me is the fully automatic shotgun that Alibi and Maestro have is now going to fire slugs, and it's back to its original fire rate as well. So it's suddenly become an actual viable weapon, and it's super scary to come up against and a lot of fun to actually use. So I definitely would give it a go if both those characters do have really good guns, but it's worth giving this weapon a go, even in casual or something like that, because it's so satisfying. It really is. And then I think we'll finish this video off with one major change that I think people will love. It's match cancellation. So if you go into a ranked match and it's you against a team of 5, or it's you and a buddy against a team of 5 and you've lost to other teammates, you can actually now cancel the match. You can say, you know what, game, let's not do this, and it'll back you all out if you all vote, of course. And as such, you can then cancel that match and you'll be able to leave without losing any MMR. So that should be really good, and hopefully it will work out perfectly fine. And like I say, you just have to vote for it from your weakened team. Just say, right, we don't want to play, and then that's it, over, match is cancelled. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it. Like I say, it's going to launch on Tuesday the 16th of June, and there's a lot of really good changes and updates coming. Hopefully it's going to go smooth, hopefully there won't be any major bugs, hopefully Clash isn't going to get glitched again in the future, stuff like that. I'm going to put forward the one prediction and see if this ends up becoming true. So Melusi is really good. Like, I think she's actually better than Ace, although Ace is definitely also really good. But the thing about Melusi is, I think she's going to reduce Jaeger's pick rate by like 20 to 30% because I think she's going to fit right into the playstyle of those players and they're going to love playing her. So I think we could see Melusi become one of the top picks at the next mid-season balancing patch. So we'll see how it goes, but that's kind of just a crazy prediction I have. I don't usually do them about balancing, but I think that's how it might turn out with her. We'll see what happens. Let me know your kind of predictions of how these two operators will end up being as well. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.